Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be making Portuguese custard tarts. Simple, easy recipe. Now if you remember the recipe we made the other day, which we used the cream patisserie, we're going to be making that once again. And also we're going to be using puff pastry. Now you can buy your puff pastry or use my puff pastry recipe down in the description. And whilst you're down in the description, don't forget that's where you'll find your recipe. And if you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. So we'll get straight on with the ingredients. And for your cream patisserie, you want 480 grams of full fat milk, 75 grams of caster sugar, 30 grams of corn flour, 3 teaspoonfuls of vanilla paste, or you can just use vanilla liquid if you want, 6 large egg yolks, and 45 grams of room temperature butter. And make sure this is a salted type. Now for this part of the recipe, all you need to do is put your vanilla and your eggs into the bowl. Add in your sugar and add in your corn flour. All you need to do is just mix this round so it's nice and smooth. And that's that one. Now for this part of the recipe, you need to boil up your milk, but not fully boiled, only till it starts to boil. But keep an eye on it and just keep stirring it round. Just keeping it stirred round so the temperature is fairly even. Once it starts boiling on the edge, you'll see just round there the boiling point. She's not far away now, actually. Right, you can now see it boiling around the side there. That's ready, so we'll take him off. What we need to do now is put in our mixture. All we need to do is just give that a good whisk in. And put it back onto the heat. Now once again, so all we're doing now is taking it up so it starts to thicken. This will take a few minutes now. Once again, once it starts to boil around the edge, you're on the money. And you see this is a very easy recipe to do. And the reason you keep stirring is so the pan don't burn. It's already starting to thicken now. It's almost starting to turn into custard. There you go. See that? It's starting to thicken. And that's it. Now we'll take it straight off the heat. Stir it around, and now we need to put our butter in. Get that in and give that a good stir in. And that is it. So what we need to do now is put it into another bowl straight away. Now normally the custard will have a skin over, but to stop that, this is the little trick. We're going to put some cling film across the top. But what we do is make sure your cling film is actually touching the custard. So drop it in and let it touch that custard. And that will stop skinning. Like that. And that's all you need to do. You need to leave that in the fridge now. You can leave it as long as you like now, because that will not get a skin. So what you need is some muffin tins, and this has been sprayed with some prep spray, which is available off my eBay store, and you'll find the link down in the description. And that is a 10cm cutter. I've gone for a crimped one, and you can guess where we're going to go with this, can't you? And this is our custard. It's already been cooled down. So all we need to do is roll out our pastry. Now this recipe should make about 12. We'll cut them out. So all we need to do is just drop these in. Just push them in like that a little bit. Hopefully your pastry is better than this pastry. This pastry isn't the best in the world. If you find your pastries like mine a bit sticky, just put some flour on your fingers and just push it in. So all we need to do is pop that down. So you're like making little cups. So all we need to do now is just fill our little cases. Put a bit in each. Just enough. And that's it. So all we're going to do now is leave these for 20 minutes just to rest. And now it's time to put your oven on. Your oven temperature wants to be 180 Celsius, fan assisted. Now your Portuguese custard tarts have now rested for around 20 minutes. So we're going to get them into the oven. Now don't forget, your oven temperature wants to be 180 Celsius. And now we're going to be baking these for 20 to 25 minutes until they're golden brown. Right, we'll get them into the oven. Well, the Portuguese custards are ready. We'll go and get them out of the oven. There you go, folks. There's your Portuguese custards, and they look actually scrummy. Normally in the bakery, we'd make them thinner than this. But when you're at home, you want a full one, don't you? And that is what I call mega. And I'm telling you now, that is going to taste lush. Pastry's baked properly. So underneath it's baked all the way through. And also your custard. Well, you know your custard's cooked anyway. So that's what's nice. And that's in a muffin tray. That just works nicely, doesn't it? Okay, it's got to be done. They are a bit warm. That is lush. Now, because I've used the previous custard recipe, I haven't put as much sugar in it as you would normally get in one of these tarts. And that is enough for me. You don't need it too sweet, because what's the point? It spoils it, I think. This has got that lovely creamy flavour. You've got a bit of vanilla in it. It's just working lovely for me. And the pastry, though I wasn't happy with the pastry, I'd have preferred my own pastry. To be honest, the pastry had been lying in the fridge for a week. And when I took it from the freezer, I should have used it and made this recipe sooner. Well, there you go, folks. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget to check out the description, because that's where you're going to find your recipe. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters! I better whip this down before Mrs. Crazy Baker sees me. This is the Crazy Baker channel. Baking. Lifestyle. Recipes. Reviews. I am the Crazy Baker. Please subscribe and please share. Laters!